I asked her if I can start recording because she has a pet peeve that I start recording without telling her.
Oh, yeah. Disrespectful.
¿Cómo está?
Adriana, she's not a people pleaser anymore. She's not here to please you.
You know that phrase really, I don't like it.
Okay.
Which one? People pleasing?
It feels like in such a stupid way. But anyway, that's one of the things that I need to forgive
Explícanos.
with the people that
Explícanos.
I
Maybe I
used
can benefit from that. Quizá me puedo beneficiar de tu perspectiva.
I was just listening to David of Meister, and one of the people that was there was having kind of like doubts, and then he was expressing like in a way that you could understand easily that you need to leave your family.
Mm-hmm.
And that's so twisted, really. Because, you don't need to, the work is not done outside.
Mm-hmm.
Going to a place will not change anything.
Sí.
The work that needs to be done will have to be done anywhere.
Yeah.
And it's like telling people, if you're not here with us, somewhat your way will be slower or more difficult, or whatever, or you won't attain anything if you stay where you are. As it was like a work that has to be done in the world or with the body.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just listening to that, and then you say people pleasing, and you remind me of him. So that what people are you pleasing if all of them are fucking you?
Exacto.
If you don't please them, you don't please you either, because it's only one. What all this thing about expressing, what are you expressing to? And then you get all these people, no, I feel this, I feel that, I feel that. But if you don't go within and surrender it within, it will never change.
Yeah.
Entonces, sometimes I have those lovely opportunities of forgive myself when I see that.
Sí, pero lo has puesto en palabras.
The thing with the recording is that sometimes we're talking about things and the content is irrelevant. But then she's listening to me or something, and then she starts recording. And then when you see the recording, it starts like in a mess without beginning, without any time.
But there is no
We're in the
beginning, there
middle
is
of
no
something.
end.
Yeah, I know, but I only told her just for the sake of having a recording that at least starts with good morning.
Good morning, Astrid and Adriana.
Okay,
Well, actually, it's good afternoon.
Good
For
afternoon.
me.
Right.
Yeah, I woke up.
Te voy a decir, te voy a explicar. I'm going to explain why that has happened. It's been like when you start talking, I do it for myself. I'm like, oh, esto está bueno. This is good. I want to
Yeah, I
listen
would like
to
to keep this for me for future use. Yeah.
And I record it because even if it's like in the middle, I know the context and I'm going to re-listen to it later. Lo voy a escuchar después. Por eso es que lo hago.
I know, dear. I'm clear about that.
Sí.
And then again, we really don't hold grievances against one another. Because, if we're trying to do this as honestly as we can, we will start with ourselves and then use this practice to extend it to everybody and everything else.
Sí.
Yep.
So yeah, what's the topic for today?
Well, I haven't read the lesson. No lo he leído.
El cochito.
Cochito. Sí, eso después lo
Estaba cabrón de bueno.
Yeah, she
You
had
got that, Gary?
bizcocho.
Pero
Mira,
mira, esos bizcochos de boda que son espectaculares.
she had someone bring her a piece of cake last night, and it's like a wedding cake.
Yeah, those very, very good cakes. That,
Mm,
yeah. And brought me like 4 pieces.
4 pieces.
Yeah, so I already froze 3 and I ate half of one.
Spectacular.
Yeah, I know.
Dame un pedacito para cuando vaya para allá.
Of course, it's in the freezer. It can wait like 2 years and still be good.
Mm, mm.
You know
I
that
don't
like
know.
those wedding cakes,
They last forever.
that quality of cake.
It's so good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dale, Astrid, I know you want to read.
Lección
Lección 320. 320.
You want to read it in Spanish, Gary, so you can start practicing?
Yeah. I don't think you'll understand much.
Pues
Well-
320 es la 320. Mi padre me da todo poder. My father gives all power unto me.
Okay.
Mi padre me da todo poder. El Hijo de Dios no tiene límites. Su fuerza es ilimitada, así como su paz, su júbilo y todos los atributos con los que su padre lo dotó en su creación. Lo que dispone con su creador y redentor se hace. Lo que su santa voluntad dispone jamás puede ser negado porque su Padre refulge en su mente y deposita ante ella toda la fuerza y amor de la tierra y del cielo. Yo soy aquel a quien todo esto se le da. Yo soy aquel en quien reside el poder de la voluntad del Padre. Tu voluntad puede hacer cualquier cosa en mí y luego extenderse a todo el mundo a través de mí. Tu voluntad no tiene límite. Por lo tanto, a tu Hijo se le ha dado todo poder. Amén.
Amén.
Amen.
We extended. O sea, que explícame entonces lo del bizcocho. Explain
Qué terrible. Qué terrible.
¿Por qué? ¿Qué pasó?
The problem was not the cake, was the delivery method. You know?
What was wrong with the delivery method? Did he not have any clothes on, or did he have clothes on?
No, the person.
Only an old jean, those that you cut to make shorts. That was it.
That was it.
That was it. I mean, imagine a 25, 6'2" fit body bringing that to my door while I'm listening to the course. And I said, what need do I have of this? And they're telling me, I want to talk to you. I said, well, but any day before 5, of course. Thank you. This is lovely. I love cake.
Oh, that's classic.
I have to forgive the whole fucking thing. You know what? I keep doing this to myself.
Oh, crack another beer.
I had to send like a joking message to Astrid. I could not believe it. You know, it's like one of those calendar boys, tattoos and everything. Not too much, you know, just and perfectly fit without shirt.
Oh, it's
I
beautiful.
want to talk to you. Yeah, it doesn't stop.
Oh, yes.
But then again, I use it for forgiveness. You know, the text to Astrid and what need do I have of this image? And it ended like none. I just had to love it with the Christ love, and that's it.
Yeah.
Y punto, tú sabes, stop there.
Mm.
But anyway, it was so funny. I had to share it with her. And I knew she would bring it up today, so I had to be
Oh,
prepared.
yo no iba a hacer eso.
No, que va.
That's classic.
No, las tentaciones están por todas partes. It's like temptation everywhere. It's
Yeah.
not one thing, it's another.
But now we know what to do with them.
Sí.
And you know, we finished the scene laughing and joining in a, you know, in a healthier way than
Mhm.
what we used to do before, you know. But it's funny that those things keep happening. Because I really don't feel comfortable in them anymore.
Mhm. Sí.
Yeah.
That's what it is. It's uncomfortable. Es incómodo, ¿verdad?
Yeah.
It's
But
not-
somehow the spirit takes care of it, like in a loving way. And you don't have to really make the other person feel bad.
no.
You know, that kind of shit that doesn't happen, you know.
No se tan
They are treated with respect and with love and, you know, with just like nothing's happening, you know,
Sí.
Mm.
so casually, you know.
Mhm. Mhm. Sí.
Mm.
No, yo lo que he visto es que in my experience, those types of experience are the same as if the figure had been grotesque. You have to do the same, overlooking the same forgiveness. And then what happens is that you see the
They're like,
light, the sameness.
Mm.
That uncomfortable feeling just goes away and all you can see is beauty. And it's the same beauty, even if the figure is grotesque or if it's a figure that is appealing to our
Yeah.
sense of beauty.
Yeah, our conditioning.
Yeah. And I think that it's useful. It's useful because then you see the sameness in everything.
Yeah.
And then the grotesque is not grotesque anymore, and the beauty is not like physical beauty. It's a beauty that unites.
Not a temptation.
Yeah. Yeah, because then there's no trying to get, like that getting that the ego
Yeah.
wants.
Or the repulsion.
Yeah. Or the trying to.
Yeah. Push it away.
Mhm.
Yeah.
There's
It's
one.
funny that this is up right now because this morning I was sitting having a cup of tea and the conversation that you, Dave, and I had in the monastery about ego love, and I heard it when we talked about it. I mean, but I didn't really sit with it.
Mhm.
And this morning it came back, and realizing how much of the human love is so, and this falls into the nature of special relationships, is so ego bound.
Mhm.
of course, all it is.
It's all it is.
Yeah, Ken Wapnick used to say that we are a walking special relationship.
We're like one half of Velcro.
What?
Looking for, Velcro?
Okay.
We're like one half of it, waiting for things to come and stick to us. I mean, that's what it feels like to me sometimes.
Yeah, it happens with everything, even with oxygen.
Even with oxygen.
Exactly.
Because we're
You want to
neat.
go without oxygen? That's why he said that we are a walking special relationship, because everything that has to do with the ego is special, even oxygen.
Mhm. Mhm.
Even the idea of the I am.
Well, that's a
Character.
deep rabbit hole there, isn't it?
Exactly. That's why we have to laugh at it, because there's no way that we by ourselves can get rid of it. But we can observe it and laugh at it, and that keeps dissolving it.
Mhm.
Yeah, we're willing to look at it and laugh at it because our first impression is this is happening really. And then this is happening with these characteristics. And then we start judging, bam, 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 and planning, bam, 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 and having all these stories come about whatever happened. But then our new way of seeing things is recognizing all that and then knowing that it can serve another purpose to remind us who we are and what relationship we have with that image, which is oneness.
Mm-hmm.
And that, you know, that is not a long process. It's as long as you want it.
Mhm.
See.
Yesterday I was saying, why would I go to my house, ¿verdad? Because they live upstairs, unpack all things, get rid of my clothes, put on short jeans, and deliver a piece of cake downstairs, you know? What the
That's what
fuck is
happened.
that?
That's what happened.
Exactly. But you know, I have a neighbor that has like my son's age that has been trying to fuck me since for 10 years now. Sending me texts and something, and sometimes Astrid said, I will not live like comfortable with like somebody that really has expressed his intentions, you know?
Very vulgarly too. By
Oh, wow. Latin boys.
Bored people, poor egos. Because you know
Yes.
what need there's to be? Nothing. But then again, it's beautiful like, when you can treat them with respect and I don't fear them, you know? I don't live in fear. I only have love for them. I said I love you as a child.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you know, if you need something from me, I can help you anyway. But this, it's kind of out of this cannot be. And I thought that I resolved the situation, and then like 4 years, come again. Oh, I hear that you have a renting space. I know somebody that would like to rent, just to get my number to then start me sending text. What are you doing? You know, I'm afraid there are tremors. Can you come and stay with me? Even using the natural disasters to see what gain can they take from that.
Wow. Beautiful.
I'm just a
Forgotten
fucking
about
cleaning
that
old lady.
Eh?
I'm just a fucking old cleaning lady. That's it. Can you see it? Don't you fucking see it? What part of retirement you don't get? Yeah, the ego doesn't want you to retire.
Mm.
He always wants you to keep on, you know,
Searching, looking, distrayéndote.
making plans and seeking for a future that is different from now and not allowing you to be happy right now.
See.
But no, we all have seen the futility of searching after things in the world.
Sí.
And we don't even have to search, you know, you can be like me, 24 hours 7 here in this fucking corner, and still they will get to you.
Mm. Sí.
And it's okay. It's less tiring if I just sit and wait for them to come. Because before I was just making plans to search for them. So in a sense, not having much money is good because then I don't have to be planning where to go or what to do or where to travel or where to visit.
Mm.
Because I have been allowed the opportunity to find myself right here and right now, which is great.
Yeah.
It's cheap.
Cheap. Less exhausting.
Exactly, too. Yeah.
More peaceful. More joyful.
Yeah, it's a beauty when you can find completion in everything and every moment. Because then the least of the creatures or whatever happens becomes like a blessing. And then you learn to watch your mind more fully. Because even though mind is whatever happens outside or whatever you think, it's the same.
Mm.
But you can go deeper with when there's no much outside activity.
See.
Go deeper into the prayer and get those gifts, those real gifts that you share with everything. So today the joke was on me.
Well, talking about travel, yo voy para Puerto Rico.
I know that bueno, but it's your how you call it, the whatever.
Whatever.
El guión,
El guión,
el
sí.
script. That's
It's-
in your script. I mean, you're raising kids, you have a partner, you have a house, you have a dog,
Yes, that's the whole thing because I'm taking the dog with me. Because
Yeah.
To Puerto Rico.
yes, because we want to be there for like 5 months.
Ah.
We found a house that we're going to rent in Manatee.
Yeah, it's a beautiful place in
Sí.
front of a nice small beach.
It's right in front. It's in front of the beach. And what's great about it is that it's a whole house, and then it has an apartment that has a terrace in front of the beach. So and it's a whole apartment. It's like
And
it's like a
it says Gary, welcome in the door.
If you're gonna be there for 5 months, I may just maybe make it down there. Wow.
yeah. And it's, and I thought that I wanted to have a space where Adriana can go because Adriana needs, her space after 5 to do her ritual. And
Get a nice tent on the beach.
so it'll be good. But tienes tu bañito, you have your bathroom, tienes tu cama, y tienes una cocinita, you have a little kitchenette, and then you
Wow.
walk out the door y estás al frente de la playa. You're right in front of the
Sounds
beach.
great.
And no one is going to be bothering you porque es abajo y la casa es arriba.
Or I won't be bothering anybody. I think it's the other way around.
We won't bother each other. I'll go in there. Adriana, Adriana, ¿qué hace?
Everybody's welcome. I mean, I don't exclude anybody. It's just that I don't speak.
So hopefully we'll rent that house out, but it's almost certain.
Yeah, we will see. And I talked to Carmen.
Uh-huh.
I have a friend that does the course too. All the people that I knew that were doing the course here in Ponce, I could go up to 20. Only one is or two are still doing the course or keeping in touch, I mean, doing the course more profoundly.
Mhm.
The others kept doing it like they were doing it. And
Carmen.
Carmen sometimes watches our videos. She already seen you. And she told me that she went to Yabucoa and it was the first time this a place in the east of the island. And apparently she hasn't done much what we call internal tourism, like going around the island and seeing things and stuff. Yeah, so
She went to Yabucoa for the first time.
exactly, I could not believe it.
I can't believe it.
Que jíbara. That's like a hillbilly in Puerto Rican. What? So I said, listen, maybe in the future we will have to put ourselves in internal tourism mode to take Gary some places in the island. So if we do that, we're gonna recruit you too. So
Great. Adriana is the best tour guide in Puerto Rico
Oh, I can imagine.
because she, ¿cómo se dice recorrido? She has whatever you can imagine in your mind that a person can live and do, she has done. All over the island, all over every, corner, everything. She knows everything. Not only that, she knows the history. She knows the secluded beaches.
yeah, a few parables on the place.
¿Cómo?
Few fables or parables on the place,
Sí.
characters and stuff. But that was so many years ago. It seems like a lifetime. I really would not know because everything changes, and I've been like here for 10 years now. Anyway, if it's gonna be done, we're not gonna do it. It's gonna be done for us.
Sí. Exacto.
So yeah, I just said to her, well, this is not the one, it's the brother. Because he's gonna pass back.
Okay.
That's not the one, it's the brother. What I was saying, I forgot. I was
Carmen.
distracted.
Carmen.
Because I called her because Adriana told me to tell her to accompany me to the party. My daughter is throwing a party, her first party ever in life, because it's the first time that she has a house that is suited for a party. So I haven't met the boyfriend's parents, and apparently she wants me to go there to meet the parents. But I'm not that excited. Not because I don't want to meet anybody. It's just like I don't see it like something that is really necessary to do. And she knows me, and she's okay with that. She's not putting any pressure. But then she suggested that I ask a friend to bring me over because my car sometimes is not that good. And she came up with her name. And they love each other very much. So I decided to go with the flow and call her. Listen, I don't know if I'm gonna go. And she came, Carmen responded with such happiness. Like she felt like honored. And I said, what the fuck? So I accepted her happiness, and I said, well, I'm happy that you're happy. And my daughter will be happy that you're happy. So I can be a bit excited with your happiness and borrow from it a bit. So that's why I was talking to her, and then came the subject of Jabuco, and then I told her about the possibility. We had a teacher of the course that came and stayed for a bit, a Mexican one. And we took him, Philip.
Really.
Yeah. And we took him to see places and stuff in the island. So it was a great experience.
Billy Luna.
Yeah.
So we will see, because as soon as we talked about it, we say we surrender it and we don't have to think about it anymore.
Exacto.
Which is great, You can entertain whatever thought you have, but you can just surrender it and feel happy about it in the moment.
Okay.
Like the ego used to do before that. Then you got anxious and then you start planning and
Sí.
And we thought it was a necessary mental process to go through it, ¿verdad? But now that we know that we can have a beautiful idea, enjoy it in the present, even if it doesn't come to fruition, you already enjoyed it,
Sí,
and feel the fullness of it.
sí,
Mhm.
sí.
And
That's
be happy to surrender and knowing that if it's been to be for the greater good, it will happen. And that doesn't mean that we will always be good. I went to San Juan for a week. I said I will commit to this job. It was crazy. It was Astrid's husband offered me a job. And I know him for like as long as she has known him because I know her before he knew her. So I had to forgive him as much as Astrid has because whenever something, I was there, to forgive it with her. So it has been like a forgiving process that we have both done. I know the levels seem to be different, obviously, and I appreciate
Sure.
that I've been on the outside level.
Of course.
Yeah, there's a lot of forgiveness that has had to happen with that figure.
Entonces, then I went to San Juan, and all of a sudden, everything dissolved like in the first day. But that took me to my daughter's house, which is not in San Juan. It's like an hour and a half from San Juan, or maybe less. And then I ended up having the most beautiful week with her. Because we really have a lovely relationship, There's the same amount of hate as any relationship, but we do enjoy ourselves,
Mhm.
Yeah, and that's it. You don't know. You don't know where you're going, what you're doing, when it's gonna happen. But you can feel happy in the present moment
Sí.
and share it with everything, Knowing that we are the ones that make the judgments and the distinctions and the grievances. It's nothing else.
Mm. Sí.
Yep.
Sí, pero me gustó eso lo que dijiste, like that we can have like the idea and enjoy the idea in the present.
Exactly.
It doesn't matter if whatever happens or not. But I think that that's the purpose of, because we're giving it a different purpose in the hands of the Holy Spirit. We use the illusion to give us present happiness.
Exactly.
And then we don't care about what happens later. We don't care if it happens.
You know why? Because we already felt the happiness that we wanted. Because if there's no time, there's no space.
Exactly.
Everything is simultaneous.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as you have a thought, you can enjoy it or forgive it, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And it's fully done. It's fully experienced.
Sí.
I'm glad these are recorded. I am.
See what I mean? And then she's
Yeah.
I have to record these.
I couldn't sleep last night, so I just turned on yesterday's time together, and it was, I was just so grateful for all of it. Yeah.
Super.
It's just a way to see things differently.
Yeah, that's all there is.
Yes.
That's illumination. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing else.
Mm-hmm.
So easy.
Yeah, and it's more powerful when you actually remember to do it.
Well, if you don't do it,
Yeah.
it'll serve you fuck.
Yep. Yep.
But yeah, it's as easy as that. Just do it. It's available, so readily available that it's incredible.
Mm.
And
It's like that movie Memento. Have you seen this movie Memento? It's out for a long time. It's about a guy who doesn't, he was involved in some kind of, I think it was the murder of his wife, and it snaps his mind and he can't remember anything. So he tattoos all over himself the clues that he discovers because he goes into this lapse where he doesn't remember. So he uses the tattoos on his body to put himself back into the last place he was in. So having a tattoo to see each moment differently,
Mm.
so I don't forget,
Mm.
you know, it's lo mismo.
Mm.
yeah. Eventually, the happiness that you experience and the peace will be the tattoos,
Mm-hmm.
because then they will transcend you to the place in your mind where you have not left the body, but you are truly experiencing your eternality. It's not comprehensible at all, but
Mm.
it will happen. Like, and you know, you don't have to have a vision or have anything. It would be like something, it's something very warm that tells you you're not this. Don't worry,
Mm.
you're safe.
Mm.
You can be happy now.
Sí.
It's so simple and so great at the same time.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then you can see from that point of view how twisted is all this time and space conundrum
Mm.
with all its laws and the stories and the situations and the aggravations,
The conflicts.
the wars, you know, the murders, the abuses.
The
It's
ego's
such a,
play.
it's very it's a very big and seemingly powerful until we recognize our true nature.
Mm.
Then it becomes nothing.
Mm. Mm.
But if we fight against it,
We make it real.
exactly. So it's very subtle change in the mind. And therefore can be very confusing sometimes when you see people that are going like, wait, we're here so happy. Wow, we're the best. Or when you see people fighting over something, or you know, or give it reality in any way to anything.
Or show up at your front door with a piece of cake.
Exactly. Yeah, I was doing that to myself, and that wasn't nice. I mean,
Yeah.
nobody did, of course. He did it lovingly, beautifully, you know. Este, but since I have to recognize that it's my mind there, there's nothing else out there. I had to go deeper within it. And not blame anybody or anything, not even blame myself. Just look at it and laugh at it, you know? But in the laugh that we were talking,
Sí.
it's a welcoming laugh of liberation. You're not that body. I am not this body. There's not even cake, you know, even though I'm gonna eat it.
And there's 3 more in the freezer.
And then we have to end up laughing. The course says that the word will end in laughter because it's a sorrow.
So what?
Sorrow.
Sorrow.
Sorrow. So yeah, we better start laughing at ourselves. And I mean, when I say at ourselves, I don't mean Adriana laughing at Adriana.
Mm.
it means Adriana laughing at the whole time and
Story,
space
dream, yeah.
thing, which
Yeah.
is there's a big difference there, you know.
See. Yeah.
But it's happy news. It's happy news that we can do that,
Yep.
and that we, you know, we have not. This is not something that we do, but surely it's a thing that we allow to happen. So even we don't have any saying as the world judges it, we do have a little saying in allowing. You know, that little willingness that the course talks about. That's the little allowing
Yeah.
for things to be and to look at them with love and with an understanding that it's really not of our own, but of the Holy Spirit, which is just our true self.
Yeah.
Yeah, that way we can welcome everything.
As it is.
Yeah. You know, when you mention your ex-brother-in-law, that he's living on a boat or in a boat. I always confuse
Well, both.
both.
On a boat, yeah. He has a big boat that he lives somewhere in the Caribbean or something.
Yeah, I always wanted to do that in my retirement years. So when you said it, it reminded me of that.
Adriana had a lot of plans.
Ah, no, olvídate. Yeah, I was going to retire on a. I like the sailing boats better than motorboats.
His is a motorboat.
Yeah, yeah, I imagine. But the one that I had in mind, it was a sailing boat. And I got to sail through the Caribbean islands a couple of times and enjoyed it a lot. It's like being in a big swimming pool
Yeah.
because the water is so clear and you can see anywhere and everywhere underwater. It's beautiful, spectacular. Yeah, those are one of my most beautiful memories, sailing in the Caribbean. Every experience here comes with a price, you know.
Boy, that's true. Most times, better just not to touch it.
Let it be.
Just let it be.
Yeah.
Like you
I mean,
say, enjoy it when the thought arises, and then
Yeah, because the ego always wants to tempt us and try to take us out of our peace in the moment. So it's going to bring in these thoughts of lack. And
yes,
from that thought of lack, there comes a thought of doing. So we have to go get so we don't lack anymore. And then right then we're right out of our peace. We're out in the world fighting, clawing, trying
so
to get
true.
when we have everything already in the present moment. And you know, relationships don't have to do with time. They have to do with the present moment, and they're fulfilling and perfect in the moment, because in the moments when you are with the Holy Spirit, so then you can relate to absolutely anybody in the moment, not having to think about a future or having to figure out their past to see if they're worthy.
Yeah,
So that's very liberating. That's a way better way of living than what the ego wants to offer us, which is just complete misery and planning. It wasn't
Living death.
a living death, exactly. And then
Living agonizing. I'm not enough. I don't have enough.
see,
I'm not good enough.
see. So we don't have to think like that anymore. That's great.
No, no.
That's great.
Mm.
This reminds me of my kids went recently to Alaska to visit the oldest brother, and they wanted me to go with them. But I said, nah, flying 30 hours. My son said, no, it's not 30 hours, it's 19. The rest you spend on the airport terminals.
I,
And then Adriana told me, we're going river rafting. And for a moment, that sounded tempting. And I told her, listen, when you said that, I was tempted. But then I thought all the things that I had to go through in order for that maybe half an hour of rafting. And I got so tired that the hour of rafting because it's one of those things that I hadn't done. I don't know the conjugation of the verb. But yeah, but that was quick, and it's always the same. Because whenever I feel like I want something, I go immediately. Okay, what do I need to do to get that or to do that? And I always get tired just thinking about what I need to do to get that. And I know I just stay in the sofa and watch a movie and go to France in my sofa, or to Bangladesh or to whatever, because since I know that that's equally as illusory as what I'm seeing here, I enjoy it the same. And ironically, it was so different to what I always thought it was going to be my life.
See.
mm,
See.
And for me to be happy and relax with it, that shows a miracle. Because if you would have told me 20 years ago that I would be living this life, I would have said no fucking way. Over my dead body. I would have been so disgusted of this situation that would have been an insult.
See.
So different. It's all for me now.
See.
And to
So-
be at this here,
Mm-hmm. See.
it blows my mind.
So you live on
I
a-
have to say to the Holy Spirit, mira,
Yeah.
you don't have great work with this mind,
So it would have been more dream state. It would have been more sailboats or whatever that you're talking about. Yeah.
Exactly, yeah. I wanted a sailor, a cook, a masseuse.
And a beautiful boyfriend.
No, I wanted one for each. Someone fanning me with in the hammock.
Yeah.
I was very like ambitious.
Very.
I came with a character that had the ability to become ambitious. And I did.
See.
I was telling to my parents that I was going to stay with friends and hitchhiking to the other side of the island to go to a concert with people that were like 5 years older than me and doing drugs and stuff since I was 14.
Mhm.
Nobody partied harder than Adriana.
I don't know, but yeah, I live fully from the very early ages.
Yeah.
Was very daring too. Yeah, I want it all.
Yeah,
But
full dream life.
yeah.
It's
You know,
just like,
in university, I don't know if you remember Astrid, in university, I wanted to go to New York and I had a sister that had a boyfriend that had a connection. So I managed to get to him so he could give me a couple of pounds that I could distribute in university just to get the money to buy the ticket and go and spend a whole summer in New York. And
Give you a
I,
couple of what?
pounds of pot.
yeah,
Ah, yo me acuerdo. I remember the story. Yeah.
los 25 que yo vi.
She was daring.
Yeah, because well, I
But
I didn't want to follow my father's wishes, so I got like separated from the money because I wanted to go somewhere that he didn't want me to. Because I was after a boyfriend, and my father wanted me to send me to Ivy League schools in the U.S. So I ended up like a nice chunk of 5 or 7 years without my father's financial support while I was going through my rebel years. And this was the beginning of the university. No, the ending of the high school and the beginning of the university. So I had to fend for myself. So
mhm.
yeah, that was interesting. But I always was a good student, even though I was misbehaving.
It was easy for you.
It was a strange combination, yeah.
See, I couldn't have done what Adriana did and then be a good student. I couldn't.
One or the other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pero it's great to hear the stories. It's fun. Por lo menos para mí.
For
Because
me, it's good to see them, to see how much, because when I'm here watching TV and sometimes Diego comes along and tells me you're doing nothing with your life.
you're like, look at all the things that I've done. I deserve a rest.
Entonces I see it in the movies, so I done that, I done that, I done that, done that, done that, done that, done that, you know. What else? I was doing because I thought that they brought me something, but I see now that they don't bring me anything.
No. It's a nice place. It's more than a nice place to get to. It's a necessary place to get to.
Yeah, because when you have a desire for something in the world, you will still have to pursue it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a big transition from, I had told Astrid in the beginning that Tara, that was at the monastery, had this Zoom meeting yesterday about guidance. And so I tuned in. It will turn out I was the only person there besides Tara. And much of the conversation was around, for her, how does she get financial stability in her life? She married it. I laughingly said, well, you marry it. And she laughed and she says, well, I didn't marry that. I married for love. I said, well, then can't that be enough? But so, for her, it was really about that financial stability and sort of negotiating with God for it. And my mouth was mostly zipped. I just left it be, but yeah.
Yeah, I've been there, done that.
Exactly.
We'll go through that stage, and that's I mean, your reaction is probably the same that I had with her.
Mhm.
She's doing her thing, and it's beautiful.
Exactly.
And I don't have to tell her. I don't have to correct anybody. I don't have. It's like it's perfect.
Yes.
And there's always learning. There's always something. There's always a gift in every encounter. And I can see what you're saying, but I did, an overlooking, and then it's all just once you do the overlooking, it's like getting to this place of just an open field of just beauty and just freedom.
Yeah.
And then you can actually then just listen to the person, and it's just like, it's perfect. Everything is perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've all been there. It wasn't so long ago that we were talking about marrying each other.
Yeah,
Even though we
Adriana and
don't have any sexual. ¿No te acuerdas? Astrid proposed.
But then we were like, because she was broke. But then I thought, the idea came up, well, maybe we should get married. Women can get married now. And then she was like, but you're broke too. I'm like, yeah, that's true. It wouldn't resolve our financial situation at all. It was like 2 seconds. Maybe we should marry each other. You're broke too. That's right.
Oh, beautiful.
But I tell you, if I had money, you would want to marry me.
No, of course I can marry you, but I know that I don't like girls.
I don't either.
I love you, but I don't like you. Which is make it the more the merrier, because I'm not looking to have sex anymore. I already had it,
It would be a perfect relationship.
Exactly.
It would be a perfect marriage, except we don't have money.
Yeah, it's been there, done that. Enough.
Well, maybe we get a community and we all three get married. I don't want sex either, so. But I have money.
Okay, so you're the one. We have to go to a place where we can make a 3-4 marriage.
You'll have sister wives.
Where it's legal.
Utah.
In Utah.
Astrid can marry you because she's not married.
You're not married either?
No, I'm there already.
Okay.
I'm getting you in.
Okay.
I'm looking after you, dear.
We'll just have our own marriage ceremony. That's all.
Exactly. It doesn't matter, really.
We can invite Tara too.
You keep talking about that, and I haven't met her. So I have to vet her first.
Sí, ella es espectacular.
Yeah, definitely.
Espectacular. Ella es un monumento de mujer. Es spectacular. Bueno, pues I haven't had breakfast, and it's already.
Really? Wow, I already had my dessert. God knows what he wants to talk about. Maybe he wants to talk about the Holy Spirit.
Or the rent. You don't know.
No. They pay very quickly, nicely, and they don't have any problem with that. No, see, I don't know when they first came to see, I said something like, I don't believe in anything.
Okay.
And I left it there.
Maybe they want to bring Jesus Christ.
After that, he said, really? I would love to talk to you about that. So maybe he wants to follow up on that.
He wants
but
to.
He will have. I will have a dressing code, of course.
A dress code.
See, because I cannot be talking to a person with that kind of image in front of me, you sabes. ¿Cuál es la necesidad? ¿Cuál es la necesidad? We have a saying in Spanish. And it sounds very comical when you
Sí.
say, what need do I have of this?
You say it in very
It's
extreme
like saying it
situations.
annoyingly, what the fuck do I need this for?
Yes. Exactly.
It's a good saying. For
Yeah.
extreme
It
situations.
make us laugh. Yeah.
Para la necesidad.
Sí. Puñeta, puñeta, para la necesidad.
Póngase ropa. Ay, no.
Yeah, loving this moment.
También. Well, en esa nota, on that note, we're gonna leave.
Thank you both.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Blessings to
sisters.
all, of course.
Enjoy your days.
Yeah.
You too.
Mañana.
See you
Hasta
tomorrow.
mañana.
Hasta mañana.